Go Falcon, go PSN. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
That incredible view means that Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from pad 40, and right now we are throttling down to prepare for max Q in about 30 seconds. As you may have heard us explain before, this is the period of highest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Power and telemetry nominal.
That's because at this point, we are seeing the greatest difference in dynamic pressure, which is increasing with the rocket speed, and ambient static pressure, which is decreasing as we move up through the Earth's atmosphere.
Vehicle is supersonic.
With that call out, we know that Falcon 9 is moving faster than the speed of sound.
Max Q.
With confirmation that we've passed through max Q, we have 3 events coming up in quick succession, starting with main engine cutoff, stage separation, SES-1, or second engine start 1. Main engine cutoff, or MECO for short, is where all 9 Merlin 1D engines will shut off to slow down the vehicle in preparation for the next event, stage separation. Or
stage started.
Stage will also separate less than a minute after SES-1, so keep an eye out for all of those coming up in about 10 seconds.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC startup.
So you heard the callouts there, and you can see on your screen in this great dual view that we have that the
fairing separation confirmed.
As some of you mentioned earlier, reusability is part of our secret.
Stage 2 FTS was saved.
You can see that MVAC continuing to glow bright orange until SECO 1.
Nominal orbit insertion.
MVAC shut down.
Great callouts for SECO 1 and nominal orbital
Stage 1 landing
insertion.
burn.
Expected loss of signal, Cape Canaveral.
There's that view of landing burn.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
And a great view of landing. This landing marks the 12th successful landing for this particular booster and marks our 201st overall successful recovery of an orbital class rocket.
From Space Launch Complex 40 in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Ignition and shutdown of the MVAC engine on the second stage, fairing separation, and a successful first stage landing. Coming up shortly, we'll have the second burn of our MVAC engine, which is what you can see on your screen now. This is on stage 2, and we'll do this burn prior to payload deployment, which basically made stage engine another time. Now, we are expecting this burn to last just about a minute. Beautiful views from up in space there on your screen right now. And we're essentially using this to finalize the placement of stage 2 and the payload in our desired geostationary transfer orbit. That also means that this will be the last burn of stage 2 before we deploy the payload today. We're expecting we should have had second engine.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there you hear, we've had second engine cutoff and nominal orbital insertion. So with confirmation of both the second engine cutoff and start and cutoff, we will join you live to cover that payload deployment in about 6 minutes. So sit back, we'll see you in a few.
You can see the payload on your screen right now.
Acquisition of signal Maldives.
Payload separation confirmed.
And there you can see on your screen the payload drifting away from our stage 2. We had successful deployment of the PSN SATRIA payload. And with that confirmation, we will bring today's webcast to a close. Today's mission marked SpaceX's 240th overall mission to date and 41st mission of this year.